What did Marcus Garvey say? Garvey said, you Negroes are out of your mind if you think this white man then killed and brutalized your ancestors, drug you over here and enslaved you for almost 3 centuries. And just because you claim to be a human being, he's supposed to give you a part of what he's worked so hard to steal from you. What I liked about Garvey is he didn't lie to you about how you get out of this. Some churches will tell you you get out of this through prayer, fasting, marching. Garvey said work. He said you're going to have to work your way out of this. They said, Marcus Garvey, well, whose side is God on? Garvey said, God is on the side with the strongest army. Well, what do you mean by that? Garvey explained it. He said, God gave us the same opportunity that the white man have. In fact, we got a head start on the cracker. 2 million years. And you let him catch up and take it from you. So don't go blaming God for the situation you in. Blame your own lazy ass for the situation you in. That's Garvey. And then Garvey came with his controversial component of his ideology. Garvey said the international government and homeland for African people must be centralized in Africa. That's what makes Garveyism different from any other nationalism and any other Pan-Africanism. I know some of y'all think y'all going to build a government right here in America. You're sovereign and indigenous and this shit, and you got some old treaties from the 1700s. I'm not knocking. I love my Moorish brothers. We have respectful debates all the time. And Noble Drew Ali and Mr. Garvey were friends with each other. But what we would say to that argument is this. It is a contradiction in sovereignty for a sovereign nation to allow another sovereign nation in its borders. Show me a country that consider itself sovereign that will allow another sovereign nation to exist within its borders. Are you aware that the Civil War was fought? That the white man killed his own brother so America wouldn't become 2 nations, but because you got a couple of treaties you done found. I'm just giving it to you real. At some point, common sense got to come into this argument. But can we look at it from a military perspective? Is it to your benefit to crowd all black folks into 5 states in the South, surrounded by crackers on every border? Is that in the best interest of black folks? You did see Hurricane Katrina, didn't you? You know what your problem is? You still in love with white folks. Let's just be honest. The reason you ain't into Pan-Africanism, the reason you ain't into repatriation, because you want to live next to your master. And you'll talk that black talk and scream that black talk and wave that red, black, and green flag. But when it come down to the get down, your ass ain't going nowhere. All these police murders of black men, and we ain't had a convention on repatriation yet? You mean to tell me, I'm not knocking you if you don't agree with it, but you mean to tell me it doesn't even enter the public discussion? You that loyal to white folks that I'm not even going to entertain the possibility that some of us may be better off back home. Well, wait a minute, Umar, we just can't pop up and go. I mean, we never been there. How will we eat? Well, that's interesting, right? Because black folk been going back to Africa since the 1600s with no problems. Liberia settled by you. Sierra Leone settled by you. One of the fathers of the black Hebrew movement, coming straight out of the Garvey movement, Rabbi J. Arnold Ford, took thousands to Ethiopia. Thousands of Rastafari, Shashamani, Ethiopia right now in Ghana. I know people who repatriate every day. In fact, in case you don't know, they're calling black folks moving home to Africa the second great migration. Because so many are quitting America. When you go to Africa, you'll be surprised the amount of black folk from here who said, I've had enough. But guess what they're trying to do to you, black man? Congress trying to pass an international child support law. So if you try to run to Africa to stop paying that damn money, they gonna come hotep your ass on back. And guess what else they got going on? This is for my elders in particular who are about to retire. They're trying to pass a law right now where if you expatriate to Africa when you retire, you cannot collect your pension. Yes. Please do your research on your particular retirement plan. Make sure there is no provision that excludes you from receiving your payout if you move to another country. I know some retirees now who live in Africa, but they cannot list Africa as their permanent residence. Because if they do, they will cut off their retirement benefits. The rationale being what? You are supposed to spend your retirement money here, not in Africa. So if you go to Africa, you don't get your money. So make sure y'all do y'all research so you don't run into no glitches. This is what the white man doing because so many of us are getting the hell up out of here. Earlier today, I announced, and I want to put it out for all of you here and now, we're putting together a repatriation, a Team Pan-African repatriation and research task force. We're going to start investigating countries in Africa that will be most conducive to relocation for those who want to go home. We're going to raise money. We're going to finance communities in 10 countries for those who are ready to go back. I spoke earlier about how I just came back from Ghana and one of the kings already gave me all the land I need for the school. He said, it's yours. Nothing, just do it. But I'm a little torn inside for the first school because I wanted it here for the black boys here because I know a lot of you not going to send your sons to Africa, even though he would be safer in Africa than he would ever be in South Central Los Angeles. When Garvey started the Negro World, he would slide copies of the paper for free under people's doors. He would go down to Harlem, 125th Street, and stand on his soapbox with all the other leaders and do his lectures. And they said by the end of the day, Garvey would have everybody listening to him and the other leaders would hardly have anybody listening to them. Garvey said, Africa must be the government. Some of y'all say, why? Why can't it be somewhere else? Because it doesn't make any sense for God's first people to give up the land that they were given, which happens to be the richest piece of real estate on the face of the earth. Can you explain to me why in the hell you want to give up Africa for this? Huh? Explain it. Why would you trade in $1 billion for $1? Because you love white folks. The Chinese man trying to get all he can out of Africa. The East Indian running South Africa. The white man all in Nigeria and Ghana, but you don't want to go. I might catch malaria. Hell, your ass been bit by roaches. It ain't no worse than that. Whatever. Take some of them American roaches to Africa. They probably repatriate over here. Take some of them project mice with Adidas on, 3 stripes. So brothers and sisters, some of us are going to have to go back. I want to clarify. Marcus Garvey never led anything called a Back to Africa movement. The media called it that. Garvey was very particular. He said every African does not go back home. He said only those who were willing to contribute something to the uplift of the mother continent. He never said put 40 million Negroes on Noah's Ark and float their ass back. In fact, what exactly did Garvey say? He says some of you Negroes are no good here and will thusly be no good in Africa either. I'm going to put you on the boat with your white wife. I'm going to put some homosexual black men in skinny jeans on the damn ship. I'm going to put some sisters with a Pocahontas blonde Beyonce weave down to her back on the damn boat. How is that helping Africa for us to take our Europeanism over there? I'm going to take you to Africa so you can convince everybody to be Muslims and Christians. I'm not looking for that. How the hell are you going to go to the oldest nation on earth with the oldest spiritual system in the world, and you got the nerve with a religion that's only 2,000 years old and another one that's only 1,500 years old? So you're going to take 2,000 years of Jesus and 1,500 years of Muhammad and give it to a people who had 2 billion years of God. They need to be saved. But they can name you, they hold lineage back to their great-great-great-grandmother. They can speak 50 languages. They can call up to the Most High, ask a question, and get an answer in 5 seconds, but they need to be saved. Here you is, don't know who you are, where you come from, or nothing, and you're going to go save somebody who know their whole history. Arrogant-ass, ignorant people. Garvey said, we need independent black economic power.